I've always done things outside of work for the community. I was in the Marine Cadets, and I always had this belief at that time that you get back out what you give in. I think that's something in my DNA. I have a belief in giving back to people. It's something that I enjoyed doing. I always search and look for opportunities to do that.
I certainly came to the conclusion that I wanted to do something that was not about me and not just about my family, something that would help other people. Shelter, water, that seems to be the most critical need, and once we are able to have shelter on the planet, then we can start thinking about doing some of these other nice things. There's nothing, I think, more important that we can do than the things that disaster aid does.
I've met people and spoken with people who have all different stories. It affects different people in different ways. Their whole life is turned upside down.
So to be able to build their own house for their family, it gives them pride and satisfaction and dignity for sure.
I have a sense of pain and a sense of desire to help them. And sometimes when you speak to them, they have a desire to bounce back and they have a desire to recover.
And it's not an act of charity, it's helping other people to help themselves. That's the basis of our work. We don't go in and throw our products at people and say, here, be grateful. After a disaster, people are terribly distressed. There's so many things that are going on. Yes, they've had their house blown away, but they've also probably had their living blown away. They've lost family, they're in distress. There are so many things that need to happen immediately after a disaster.
Although it can be painful to see so many people affected so badly, in actual reality, they just want the opportunity to come back, and they want to prove to you that they can do it, but they just need the raw materials to do it with.
We get to support the individual, and it helps to empower them, to determine their own future, so we're just helping them out. So it gives them the power to help themselves. So we're giving them a hand up rather than a handout.
They are rebuilding their lives. They are taking ownership. They're not taking a handout.
When these trucks roll into a village full of aid, everybody is there to receive it. Every single person comes out. When you leave it with them, they can be quite tearful and it can be quite emotional. And that makes me emotional. That sense of dignity that's returned to them is just enormous for them. They just feel as if we've given them something that they never thought they would get back. And they can't help but say thank you. But I know that thank you isn't really for me, because that thank you is really meant for those Rotarians and those people who provided that aid and set up the structures for that.
Honestly, the donors are the true humanitarians, because without them, we achieve nothing.
I feel like it's a privilege that I can help other people.